Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Stephen and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
But you lost me for my twang.
That's right, it is Twangin' Tuesday. And on this day I like to feature country music, past, present, or future on the channel. Now, a couple of months ago, I said this. So, if that is truly the case, and that is why people aren't listening to them, you guys let me know down in the comments. If it's something else that I just don't know, let me know. Or is it just the song? Or, I don't know. What is it that, people aren't wanting to hear from Jason Aldean? Now, the reason why I said that was because I had done a reaction to a Jason Aldean video, and I was wondering why it got so little views. It was like a #1 song and everything else like that, and I was like, don't you guys like him? So why is nobody watching my particular reaction? And I almost started to take it personal. Is it him or is it me?
Fuck that shit.
So I found out a couple of things about Jason Aldean at the time, and I was like, it can't be just that. Let me know. And so all of a sudden, I pull up my YouTube and I pull up my homepage, and this is what I see off of one of the people I have subscribed to.
CMT, Country Music Television. Guess what? They had to pull a country song singer because of racist overtones. You don't say.
So I am shocked about, this particular thing. I mean, this is country music television. It's not BET. It's country music television that's pulling the video off after 4 days. And I was starting to think like, what is this? Now, you know what? I might be a liberal, and I've had plenty of, heated comments from other people that, might get me triggered. And there is a particular video that I'm not even going to mention that I let you guys go off. You guys are talking to yourself more or less, because I already told you guys I will not comment on that, no matter how much. And if you try to go too hard in the paint, I'm just going to remove you and block you.
I don't give a fuck.
So there's that. It's my channel. So, but I am not as liberal to the right as, or to the left as a serious left-winger. And I'm not to the right. I'm not even necessarily in the middle. I am more to the left of a lot of things. But you know what? The people that I see that represent me in Washington, D.C., they don't care about little old me. They don't care about a lot of things. They have their own agenda that they're pushing through, and it really has nothing to do with me. Every once in a while, I'll vote on a particular thing that might be near and dear to me. But you know what? It's almost like voting for president for the first couple of years after I turned 18. It just wasn't going to go my way, because that's just not the way the country was going at that time. When it did go my way, it was, it was needed for that time frame, and it was gone. I don't, all of a sudden, if my person doesn't, well, here's the thing. When a Democrat gets elected, whether you go Bill Clinton, whether you go Barack Obama, I don't remember who else. Yeah, I think that's it from in my time frame. But when they do, they're always 2 terms. So whoever I backed, they won again, and then they were gone. And it's like, you know what? It was nice having you. But I'm not going to back somebody up just because it's pissing other people off. So when I hear about this video, and I watched that whole person, they didn't play the song, so I haven't heard this song. But I understand somewhat of why, people are upset. But I have to make my own opinion because I'm a kid of the 80s. I'm a Gen Xer, and we fought for freedom of speech, and it was to such a point. That's why they have those parental advisory stickers on albums and CDs now, is because of what we fought for in the 80s about freedom of speech when it comes to music. Now, when I see other people who do things and they're like normal people that have 9 to 5s and they do something and they get fired, I'm like, shit, well, it's about that time. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because Jason Aldean will not get canceled for making this song, because number one, there's a lot of people that believe the way he does, and there's a lot of people who don't. And you know what the simple thing is? Just don't listen to him. If you don't listen to country music anyways, so just don't listen to him. So I have to at least give it a shot, because I've done 2 Jason Aldean songs on the channel. So I like Jason Aldean, but this could be the last time that Jason Aldean is played on my channel. We will see. So let's first take a look at the song. Is called Try That in a Small Town. Let's take a look at what this song is doing on the charts right now. And Balamo, it's gone to number 36 on the Canada Hot 100, number 2 on the Global 200, number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 24 on the US Country Airplay, and number 1 on the US Hot Country Songs. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. And when you have other political people going like, hey, I'm going to play these at my rally, I want to get this song to number 1, it's like, but why? Are you doing it because you're just trying to ride the wave of the popularity amongst the song? Are you doing that because there are people who believe this way and you're just trying to be political? What is your reason behind that? I mean, it's not like back in the day where, number 45, I'm not even going to say his name, was playing certain artists at his rallies and they put a cease and desist. Don't play that. I don't think that Jason Aldean will do that to political figures. It's just going to boost his numbers of people that are going to listen to him. So, if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Jason Aldean and Try That in a Small Town.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't.
was try that in a small town. Now, here's the thing. I got a couple of things. I want to get a positive out of the way, or something that I noticed straight off the bat. When there was that guitar solo that was that sounded exactly like the guitar in Michael Jackson's Beat It. That's one thing. Now, here's the thing. I am a military brat, and I have told people, you know what? The right doesn't have a monopoly on being an American. They don't. Because, I grew up, I said the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. When I went on any military base where I went to school, something happened, the flag was lowered, the flag was raised, it was just a part of my life. So I am not triggered by seeing the American flag like some people are today. So that doesn't offend me. I did find out that the place where he shot it was a place of an infamous scene that happened back in the 1920s. You know who I blame for that? That would be whoever is running that town that gave him a license to film there and put the flag out front, if that wasn't already there, if it is a government building. They have to get licenses to shoot somewhere. So if they were given the license, they were given the license. Now, I did find out that some of the scenes that are in this, as far as showing the riots and stuff like that, they're not all of them coming from the United States. A lot of them, or some of them, are filmed in Canada. So I don't take offense at that. There are conflicts that have happened. There have been peaceful ones. There have been non-peaceful ones. I'll leave it there. But I do think the song was put out to trigger people. Because when you use the imagery of violence and stuff like that, burning a flag, I feel just as offended when somebody burns a flag as the next person who's offended about burning the American flag. It's just not right. Especially if you are an American. You should, even though you have the freedom to do so, you don't have to. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you do it. That is one thing. If you did not see the imagery, and that's what I said about the video that I won't comment on anymore. I said it had nothing to do with the song. It had to do with the imagery. And, that particular imagery might have triggered me because it was showing, certain imagery that I just felt didn't need to be. It just didn't need to be. And
that's all I had to say about that.
So, other than that, I think he did this song to trigger people. He didn't trigger me, but, he did trigger people. If you knew the significance of where he filmed it, that's on the people who said like, oh yeah, sure, you could do it. It's like letting the KKK march down the street, or do certain things. They have to get a license to do so. And if you get the license, I don't get mad at people who abide by the law, and that is something abiding by the law. If you get the license to do so. If you don't, then you're not doing it correctly. And when people talk about even like foreigners being over here in the United States, you know what? They went through the legal chains. A lot of them back in the day, they went through the legal chains, and I'm not going to get mad at them because they are taking advantage of a system that can be taken advantage of. If you don't want them to do it, then pass the laws to stop people from doing it. That's it. It's not one of those songs I'm probably going to play again and play in my car or anything else like that. But for most people who do live in the city, I will say there are places around here right outside of the city that I'm afraid to go to, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. I remember going to pick up my son, and I got lost somewhere, and I was in a little bitty town that might have had one light, but there's a lot of people that had rebel flags as curtains, and I'm like, I don't need to be here. I really don't. And I remember when I got lost, I saw a cop, and this is before you would print out a MapQuest, and you didn't have it on your phone. So this is a while ago. And I remember I got lost. I saw a cop. I pulled over way far away from the cop, and I walked towards him with my hands up, and I was like, excuse me, I'm lost. I don't know how to get where I need to go. And he was like, put your hands down. And I kind of put my hands down, and I was like, I'm looking for this. And I showed him my paper, and he's like, it's just right there. And I was like, what? But I did back away, facing him, and then I got into my car. Now, you know what? The cop might think of that as like, okay, he's respecting me. He understands, shit goes down, it's gonna go down. I'm not stupid. When I step out of the city, even though there's a lot that goes on in the city, there's a lot that goes on outside the city that nobody finds out about. And I don't want to be one of those kind of people. So I, click it or ticket, 10 and 2. If I'm driving in those areas, I'm playing Journey or the Eagles or something like that. I'm not bumping no Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg. You just don't want to challenge that. You don't want to get into a situation where, it could be confrontational. I'm not going to be confrontational. I live to be 54. So, I was told back in my school days by something from Disney.
Anyone can be a fool and do things which are wrong, but fools find out when it's too late that they don't live so long. Oh, I'm no fool, no siree. I want to live to be 93. I play safe for you and me, 'cause I'm no fool.
And I want to live to be, pretty old. So, if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.